Okay, hello. Just want to make a smaller update today. Little update. I haven't done too much, but something really. So the major thing I did is like I looked at the optimization a little bit, and I was looking at my like GPU, and I was really like the optimization isn't good at the moment. But the problem is like I've got a relatively good computer, and so I can't tell. It's still running at 60 FPS, right? But I'm looking at my GPU and being like, oh, it's pulling 300 watts. I think there's a problem. So I've done a lot. I've done some optimizations, and I've got it down to like, okay, my GPU is now pulling like 100 watts, which that's all I currently that's like the limit of my understanding of how the game is optimized. Like I'm just looking at how much watts the GPU is pulling or the percentage the GPU is operating at, and trying to determine, okay, if I turn this thing off, I get more GPU. If I turn this on, I get less, or whatever. And what I've done basically is mostly the GPU, the shader fades. So in the fades, in the various shaders, I've made sure that the the islands sort of fade in the distance. So I don't know if you can see over there, but there's a sort of fade in the distance on these islands, and they've got a fog on them, and you can't actually see any detail up there. And the second thing I've done is I've added in this ivy. So, and this took quite. This is way harder than it should have been, right? It turns out that getting something. So to do this, I had to mess with the shader code on the grass shader. So these ivies, they're actually the same shader that the shader plugin that the ivy grass is using. And I had to mess with it, and there's all sorts of maths involved, which I'm terrible at. But eventually, I did work it out. I'm kind of proud at it, proud that I did work it out. There's a problem when you don't understand the fundamental maths. All you end up doing is like, okay, I'm messing with this variable, I'm messing with that variable. It's just trial and error, but which kind of it's a silly way to do it, obviously. But I got there in the end. And yeah, I got this ivy working, and I just made this ivy from like I cut out a bunch of images, and yeah, it's looking okay. It's actually looking very relatively 3D, considering that it's just like a mesh. It's just a simple plain mesh that I've like bumped a little bit. I've added normals and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the ivy. It's not perfect, but it's very low polygon. It's going to be cheap to process, and that's the main thing. If anybody is randomly watching this devlog and needs, climbing plants, and they can't work out how to do it efficiently, let me know, and I'll send you over the shader. Because the problem is, this isn't my shader, right? I've just edited someone else's shader, so I'm not sure. I'll show you like very quickly. It's the plugin called Simple Grass Shaders, which I've edited to have like a climbing mode here. So I have climbing on, and I have follow normal on. Then it will follow the terrain. But if I turn off those things, it will go straight up like normal grass. Right. So that's what I've done. And but like I say, it's not my plugin, so I can't really put it on Godot plugins or something. All right.